so much for being here. Thank you for caring about your province of Alberta. So I know that's why you're here. And wow, what weather we have out there tonight, huh? I don't know, I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if I should blame, climate change on the weather, or if I should blame the polar vortex. But you know what, let's face it, we know who's really to blame. It's Scott Bryson. It has to be. It is so good to be in a room full of people that are dedicated, people who have stepped up, our candidates, and they've earned the privilege of putting their name on the ballot, our campaign staff, all of our staff that works with us, our volunteers, our families, all united behind a single cause, to restore this province that we love so much to a place that actually works for all of us, a place that welcomes newcomers, that emboldens entrepreneurs, that cares for the most disadvantaged, and that never, ever again will make us feel ashamed for driving F-350s. That's where we want to live. That's where we want to live. I know how hard you've all worked and how far we've come up till tonight. And I also know that right there by your side, every step of the way has been, is, and will be my good friend and our leader, Jason Kenney. You know, in politics you meet a lot of people. You really do, and I am so glad that I met Jason. I am so privileged to have served with him in public life for over a decade. And I know more than anything that Jason has his heart in the right place. And you know how I know that? Because I was actually there when this all started. I was actually witness to the motives behind his actions. Let me tell you about it. I was leader of the opposition at the time in Ottawa. Jason called me up and he said, Rona, I need to see you. There's something that I need to tell you. And I asked him, would you like me to invite Stephen over, as in Harper? And he said, of course. And I said, okay. Now, before I go any further, you have to back up several months when Jason had tried unsuccessfully to convince me to run for the leadership of our federal party. And I thought for sure, this is why he was coming over. He was going to tell me he was going to run for the federal leadership. So he comes over to Stornoway, and once the three of us were alone in a room, he said, Rona, Stephen, I have thought long and hard about this. I spent a lot of time at home in Alberta, and I've heard and seen the pain and the difficulty that people are facing. And he said, it was very emotional. He said, I've got to do something to help. He said, Alberta. He said, at the time, Alberta has always been the bedrock of conservatism in this country. And right then, it was divided and weakened. And he said, I've got to do what's right in my heart. So I'm quitting federal politics, I'm going home, and I'm going to do whatever I have to do to unite the conservative movement in Alberta and help my province. Now, Stephen and I looked at each other and we said, well, this isn't exactly what we thought you were going to tell us. But not only did we understand his motivation, we gave him our full support because we could see clearly that his heart was in the right place. And you know, he won't tell you this, so I'm going to. We all know that Jason walked away from the possibility of being the next leader of the opposition in Parliament and the next Prime Minister of this country one day. But I know that he doesn't regret it for 1 second, because I could see then what I see now and what all of you see, and that is that passion in him to do what is right and what is needed. You see a person who is compassionate and who is deeply sensitive to what is just in this world. Now let me tell you a little bit about humble Jason. You know how Jason loves to strike up conversations with everybody. Now, he once told me this story. I have to share it with you. It's a bit embarrassing. He was at this international conference. He's seated at dinner beside this lovely woman. So he strikes up a conversation, you know, the usual chit-chat. She asks where he's from. He tells her, I'm from, Canada.
And so he reciprocates, where are you from? And she says, well, I'm from Spain. You know, so they talk about how nice Spain is. And so he says, oh, and what do you do there? And she looks at him and says, well, I'm the queen. Oh. That's humble Jason. You know, I hear there's this new NDP website out there. The truth about Jason Kenney. So they say he's not interested in women's issues. That's interesting, because I've known him for years, and yet what I heard from Jason was a lot of support for women's issues, support for our programs to end human trafficking. I heard someone who fought against female genital mutilation in cultural communities, someone who fought to ensure immigrant women got equal resources when it came to domestic violence, and a vocal critic against honor-based violence. I know because he worked with me to ensure we appointed several well-qualified women to the bench right here in Alberta. And he has gone above and beyond what any leader that I have ever worked with has done to retain, attract, promote, and make welcome women in this party. And they say he doesn't support the LGBTQ community, and yet he's supportive of equal marriage, and he speaks out against bullying and discrimination. And when in government, he actually created a special program to offer safe haven in Canada to members of the gay community from Iran who were being persecuted and murdered. They say he's not inclusive, and yet I know no other public person who is more welcome in so many cultural communities across this country, where he has forged deep, respectful, and true friendships with people of diverse cultures, ethnicities, and religions. You know what, my friends? The real truth hurts. It hurts the NDP, that is. Because the real truth about Jason Kenney is that he wakes up every morning and puts the interests of Alberta families first. Well, if we're going to talk about the real truth, first he puts on his pants. Then he thinks about Alberta families. But he is doing it for the right reasons, all the right reasons. He has never been somebody who's been driven by ego. He's always been focused on the people. He's doing it for the tens of thousands of families that are out of work in this province. He's doing it for future generations who are being saddled with massive debt. He is here for all of those who are dreaming of a better tomorrow, who have never, ever given up hope in the Alberta Advantage, who are loud and proud to call Alberta home. But my friends, he can't do it alone. He's just one person. He is our leader, but he's one person, and he cannot do it alone. And the coming months are going to be rough at times, so our faith cannot waver. Albertans are counting on all of us, so there's no room for mistakes. We have to use our good judgment and our compassion, and we cannot stop working day in and day out until we're successful in getting all of our candidates elected, and until we elect as our next premier the man who is fighting for all of us every single day, Jason Kenney.